Yep. So thank you, Camilla. And let's deep dive into it. Hey everyone, I'm Lotte, and I'm a co-founder and partner here at Helion B2B. At Helion B2B, we specialize in complex buyer's journeys within SaaS, IT consulting, and manufacturing, helping our customers accelerate sales conversions through inbound strategy and execution, primarily on HubSpot. Personally, I have 6 years of experience working on HubSpot, creating inbound strategies for B2B SaaS companies. I have worked both on the brand and on the agency side before co-founding Helion B2B, at latest as head of inbound at Lauridsen, implementing a full-blown inbound lead engine on HubSpot that helped enable a successful IPO. So I just want to start off saying that the faster you realize what a good client looks like, the more successful your B2B lead generation will be. So in B2B startups, time is always at shortage, and therefore it's important to keep a sharp focus on hunting the best possible customers for your offerings. Don't waste your time trying to be a one-size-fits-all brand, but use your time wisely to narrow down your area of focus to be able to generate and work the most profitable leads early on. So at Helion B2B, we are also an early stage B2B startup, and therefore I wanted to use ourselves as an example. So when doing our own marketing or going into sales pitches, we look to tick the boxes of 4 different things. So first, a potential customer must fit into our industries of expertise, which is SaaS, IT consulting, and manufacturing. Second, their budget must match the efforts we need to put into the project at hand to drive a long-time success. Third, we look for companies with an ambition to grow, to make sure that we're in it together for the long run and we are able to scale our efforts continuously. And fourth, we look for great chemistry, since we want to be able to challenge our customers, deep dive into their complex buyer's journeys and build strong partnerships. At last but not least, remember that the power of no ultimately helps your company grow better. It helps you make the right decisions early on and do what you do best. You're not a one-size-fits-all brand, and it's powerful to say no to bad fit customers who eventually won't fit your offering. You need to be able to scale with your customers, not only sell to them. And this is really key if you want to grow your lead engine as early as possible. So today I want to deep dive into 3 key takeaways with you. First, I will tell you that how to use your CRM to build pipeline and collect data. Second, you have to get to know your lead time and test learn in your sales process. And third, you need to use automation to scale your resources and pipeline. So let's get to it. So first of all, you need to choose a CRM that fits your early needs, is built to scale your organization, and helps you automate your data collection. As mentioned earlier, I have worked on HubSpot daily for the past 6 years. So I will use HubSpot as an example, since it's built to help you save time by automating a lot of your data collection. But the same goes for any other CRM you might choose. That could be Pipedrive or that could be Salesforce. But HubSpot CRM tools, they track customer interactions automatically, whether they're in an email, across social media, or on your website pages. In this way, you can go way beyond names and job titles in your CRM, because every interaction with the lead is stored in a tidy contact timeline, including all your calls, your emails, your meetings, all your notes on the prospect or on the company. And you will never have to dig through your messy inbox or through a spreadsheet to figure out where a conversation left off. It's all in the CRM system. Also, you need to keep a tidy CRM hygiene to secure that your sales reps won't work the same leads. And make it clear who are working which leads by assigning a lead owner or a company owner. And that leads me to that you need to decide if a contact owner and company owner should be synced in your CRM, because in this way, again, you can make sure that you're not working the same leads. And if, for example, that I'm an owner of a company, I will also be an owner of all the leads that we convert from this special company. Because of long sales cycles in B2B, salespeople often struggle with forgotten details and conversations. And if customers are investing hundreds or even thousands of euros or kroner in your solution, they will expect a level of care and attention. A CRM helps you keep track of all customer details and ensure nothing slips through the cracks. Knowing your customers well can lead to a better relationship and a closed-won deal down the line. And then you need to set up soft trigger conversions and start collecting permissions. This could be newsletter subscriptions, it could be gated content, it could be webinars, or even master classes. And then start tracking your potential customers as soon as possible to build a solid prospect pipeline. In this way, you will be able to reach out to potential customers when they are most engaged with your company and use lead nurturing tactics to keep them engaged. Yeah, so moving on to the second key takeaway. So if you need to raise money or scale your company, you need to gain control of your sales cycle, hardcore sales figures, and your buyer's journey. So the average length of a B2B SaaS sales cycle is 84 days, regardless of the annual contract value. For an annual contract value of less than $5,000 US, the cycle will last around 40 days. And if the annual contract value is upwards of $100,000 US, the cycle will last around 170 days. So this will be around 5.5 months. The more expensive your product is, the more stakeholders will be involved, which can lengthen your sales process by weeks or even months. Keep this in mind when you're building your pipeline. You need to start early to be able to warm up your leads for longer sales cycles. The length of your sales cycle combined with your close rate determines how many leads you need to generate each month to hit your goal. Yeah, and then you need to use data to get in control of your sales figures. So when keeping a good data hygiene, you will be able to track monthly recurring revenue, annual recurring revenue, and do clear forecasting. So when you know the length of your sales cycle and you know your close rate from first meeting booked to contract signed, you will be able to turn your marketing and sales efforts up and down to match your revenue goals. So another metric to start tracking early on is your inbound versus outbound activities, which can help you determine how to prioritize your resources. In one of my former jobs, we tracked our inbound sales cycle and close rate and compared it to our outbound efforts. And we realized that our average inbound sales cycle was around 30 days from demo booked or pricing plan downloaded to a won or lost deal, with an average close rate for all inbound leads of 28%. Not surprisingly, we chose to turn up our inbound efforts, creating even more content, building even more lead nurturing flows, and investing heavily in prospecting for filling up the pipeline with even more inbound leads, because this was definitely our way to showcase success in marketing and sales. And test your touch points throughout the sales cycle and ask questions to learn more about your potential customers' buyers' journeys. So if your sales cycle takes too long, consider cutting a free trial from 30 days to 14 days or from 14 days to 7 days. You can also try adding more hard trigger conversion points, such as a gated pricing download or gated bottom funnel product content to your website. Regardless of how long your sales cycle is, it's important to maintain regular communication with your prospects while they're considering buying your product. As an example, you should check in with your free trial leads during the trial period to hear the feedback in real time and to keep them engaged and interested in the product. For many free trial offers, buyers are left alone on their own to explore, making it easy to lose momentum with them. In addition to staying in contact with your free trial users, the free trial period can provide valuable insights on their usage and behavior patterns, which can give you a good indication of how likely they are to buy, which also will make your forecasting even easier. And never be afraid of asking questions. As rule of thumb, you should always ask where your inbound leads heard about you to figure out which channels are working for you. And at Helion B2B, we actually also do this because we want to know which social channels are working for us, which content our prospects are the most engaged with. So we always ask this question just to get the conversation going. Yeah. And moving to the last part of my key takeaways is use automation to scale your marketing and sales processes, and remember not to automate everything. So automation is really key when you want to be able, again, to scale your marketing and sales efforts, but the automation is never better than the data you put into it. So remember to start slow, try things out, and then build more and more automation as you gain more and more data in your CRM. So 60% of B2B customers say no 4 times before saying yes and signing a contract, whereas 48% of salespeople never even make a single follow-up attempt. So do you really want to lose new customers because you did not manage to stay consistent in your follow-up with your leads? Well, I think not. I wouldn't. So here again, use automation to set up tasks for your salespeople based on the interactions potential customers have had with you. In addition, you can also build out automated email follow-up sequences to work for you until you get a response from your potential customers. A study from 2020 shows that 8 out of 10 prospects would want to talk to sales rep via email over any other medium. So the conclusion here is that email is definitely not dead when it comes to B2B buyers. Second, set up lead notifications for real-time outreach. 51% of B2B buyers are highlighting the importance of a response in a timely manner. And we are not talking, we're talking minutes here, not hours or days. So if you want to be able to get a hold of your leads, you have to grab the phone, call them up instead of waiting days or hours to respond to their book demo or free trial, or even to contact them after filling out your contact form. Lead notifications help your sales reps reach out contextually in real time based on a prospect's interaction on your website. They are email or Slack-based notifications that are triggered by a defined event. So some examples of trigger events could be like 1, lead visited pricing page, 2, lead qualified as a hot lead in your lead scoring matrix, lead visited or revisited a high intent page on your website, lead converted on book demo or talk to sales. So all these trigger events makes it possible for lead owner to reach out in real time while staying relevant, since they can dive directly into the last behavior done on your website. And last but not least, work with soft and hard trigger conversion points throughout your website and content to stay relevant in all parts of the buyer's journey. So in my experience, most B2B vendors primarily work with 1 or 2 hard trigger conversion points like book demo or book meeting or talk to sales. But what about all the potential customers who are not ready to talk to sales yet? On average, 7% of the B2B purchase process is completed before contacting a vendor. This means that you lose a lot of potential leads because you're not able to answer their questions in the first 70% of their purchase process. Implementing a wide variety of conversion points helps you stay relevant to your potential customers throughout their buyer's journey, while a full funnel content helps you educate your leads before they get in contact with you. In B2B, content is really king. On average, 30 pieces of content are consumed throughout the B2B buyer's journey. Therefore, my final advice is to start working with content in all stages of the buyer's journey, from awareness, which is top funnel content, to consideration, which is more mid funnel content, and to decision, which is bottom funnel content. And this is where you take the decision actually of buying a product, or start working with a vendor. You have to remember that B2B products have complex buyer's journeys and need explanation. So consider bringing in a professional writer or storyteller to help you communicate your complex product offering in a more understandable way.